All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Houston Rockets Daily, man. Feels good to be back. Just got back from Florida a couple of hours ago. I actually, I have a lifestyle channel where I post like personal videos, whether it's like a vlog or, just kind of like a talk, something like that. The link's down below if you guys want to go check that out. I just uploaded the vlog from the Florida trip. It's been a couple of days since we've talked Houston Rockets, and we do have some news. So first off, I just kind of wanted to mention this. Apparently the Lakers didn't have interest, but the Rockets did try to unload John Wall for Russell Westbrook and a first-round draft pick right before the trade deadline. So I thought that was interesting. If that happened, man, it'd be so crazy. It would just be so crazy if that actually happened. I forget all the time, dude, that we have John Wall on the team, bro. Like, we have John Wall. The man does nothing. I'm hoping he's, like, mentoring, but it just doesn't ever appear. Like, it always appears as if John Wall's in a completely different location than anywhere from where the Houston Rockets are. Like, it's always like John Wall is doing something. Like, he's, hooping or whatever the situation is going on. John Wall does look great, and I wish we were more competitive, man. Obviously, I wish the Rockets were a little bit more relevant this season because John Wall can still hoop, man. John Wall can still hoop. He was a huge reason that we won how many games we won last season. Like, there were times last year where literally, guys, all we had was John Wall and Christian Wood. That's literally all we freaking had. And if you don't remember, Christian Wood only played, 41 games? John Wall played, I think, 40. So Christian Wood missed a bunch of time, and there was this stretch where it was literally like the Rockets, they'd blow their lead anytime, or they'd blow the margin anytime John Wall would sub out, and then the fourth quarter would start, and John Wall would just go hard the entire time he played in the fourth, and sometimes he would get the job done. It's kind of crazy thinking back to that. Like, that was such an interesting time period. Victor Oladipo, DeMarcus Cousins. Last year was so interesting to be a Houston Rocket fan. So that's it for that. Also, new news, Dennis Schroder nor the Houston Rockets have any intentions on a buyout. So this is actually kind of cool, man. I've started to really turn a corner on this. When the Rockets first initially traded Daniel Theis, I still do think it was like just a really kind of, I think it was not like janky, but it was a super lame trade. I mean, just a very lame trade. The thing is, though, I will say this. I like the idea of Dennis Schroder on this team. And then when we saw him get some starts with KPJ out, I loved, like, he's hand signaling, he's hand gesturing, like he's high-fiving, like he's huddling, like he is clearly, I think, honestly loving this. I genuinely think Dennis Schroder is kind of loving this role here, and that's what I want from my boy KPJ, dude. That's what I want from my boy KPJ. Like, John Wall, if you're not going to mentor this kid, if you're not going to help these young kids out, get someone who can. DJ Augustine, I'm sure, was doing a phenomenal job of that. And so when we cut DJ, and it was looking like maybe the Rockets were going to waive Schroder, I'm like, oh, man, like, that's cool and all the young players are going to get some run, but like, I wish like John Wall was mentoring these young cats. And then you go out and you get Dennis Schroder, and it's super interesting, dude. Dennis Schroder on the Houston Rockets, like, it's honestly so interesting. It's very intriguing, I think, are the words I would use. It's a very intriguing situation. I'm excited, though. I'm excited, man. And I've been thinking a lot. I've been thinking about, Daishen Nix. I've been thinking about Josh Christopher. And here's what I'm thinking. Let's just see what happens. We have, 20 games left of the season, guys. 6 weeks from now, it will be playoff time. And it's crazy. It's almost crazy how fast the NBA season goes, especially when you have All-Star break. Like, once the All-Star break hits every single year, it's like, all right, things are heating up now. And this year, for us Rocket fans, man, we're just going to be kind of counting the days down until we can start getting ready for the draft, start getting ready for the offseason, see what happens in free agency. I don't think the Rockets will do they'll probably do a single thing in free agency. I don't think they'll do anything crazy. Daniel Theis was like the craziest thing last year. I'm so glad we got rid of Daniel Theis's contract. I know it was only 4 years, and I know it was only $36 million, which equates to about $9 a year, and the salary cap is about a hit. So money like Jordan Poole, 4-year, $80 million extension. That's probably something you're going to be looking at for a KPJ, somewhere around that area. But keep in mind, guys, contracts, salaries, they're going to be going up. They're just going to be raised in money. I'm not an economic guy at all. Maybe it's inflation or whatever the hell is happening, but this happens, this just happens. These are things that happen in sports. This is what happens in basketball. If you guys remember that one off season where like Timothy Mozgov got freaking paid crazy, like all these random ass role players got paid crazy amounts of money. It was also a really dry free agency, so that played a huge role in it as well. But Dennis Schroder, man, we'll see what happens. So Josh Christopher, Daishen Nix, those are kind of the two cats that I'm hoping get some kind of run. And I go back and I look at last year and I'm thinking, all right, Silas, like Stone, these aren't stupid guys. These aren't stupid guys. Josh Christopher, Daishen Nix, they have plenty of opportunity. They have plenty of time to get playing time, if that makes sense. Like, there isn't really a huge rush to rush a 19-year-old into the swing of things. I still think Josh Christopher is going to get playing time. I still think he's going to get playing time, so I'm not that worried. And I'm thinking same thing as last year. Once we hit probably 72 games, 75 games especially, like once we hit 75 games, I would imagine you're going to start seeing a bunch of players shut down. Some guys that come immediately to my head are Eric Gordon. If any player is dealing with some type of injury, probably shut him down. Like if Christian Wood's ankle flares up, they'll shut him down. If KPJ's quad flares up, they'll probably just shut him down. And it's going to just create more opportunities for all these young players. So I'm looking forward to it, man. This was a very, like, as crazy as it seems, this was actually kind of a fun time last year. If you're like a big hardcore Rockets fan, it's not gonna be that bad of the next couple of 6 weeks or whatever. I remember last year, Swaggy and I were in Houston for like the last week of the season, and I remember we were at Austin's house, we were watching a game, we were eating pizza, and it was just like, I think we were playing the Clippers, and it was like, who the hell are half of these dudes? Like, it wasn't like I made Rocket videos all last year, so it wasn't really like that for me, but it was like, oh my goodness gracious, like, this is interesting. And then going back in retrospect, looking back at last season, in the last couple of games, I'm like, that was like actually dope, dude. Watching KJ Martin Jr. get like 35 minutes a night, put up averages of like 17 and 10 or 17 and 9, like that was really cool, man. That was really cool. And the best part is the Rockets this season, they have so much more young talent. And they're all so fun to watch. So I'm really excited, man. I'm actually really excited for the end of this season. I can't wait to see how Jalen goes, KPJ, literally any Rockets player, Şengün, Christian Wood, Schroder, Christopher, like all of these guys. I do want to see more playing time for Şengün, which I would honestly imagine they're probably going to start to do. Jalen Green, I saw a crazy tweet comparing Jalen Green's first half of his season, the first till the All-Star break, and Anthony Edwards, who is one hell of a scorer, one hell of a hooper in general. So I'm actually really excited. I'm probably going to make a whole video on that tomorrow, so stay tuned. Man, if you guys enjoyed this video, you like Daily Rockets content, hit the like button, hit that sub button. My Twitch, my Twitter, my Discord, they're all down below if you guys want to check that out. I appreciate you watching this video. I appreciate all the support on the channel. Let's hit 2,000 subs, man. So hit the like button, send this to a friend, man, something like that. And most importantly, go ahead, drop a comment down below. I love hearing from you guys. And I don't respond to them all, but I see every single comment. So I appreciate all you guys. And cheers.